part 8 King James Bible series. If you haven't seen the other parts, there's a playlist. The last video that I made was about King James. People falsely accuse him of being a sodomite. Just realized that they tried to blow up Parliament and kill him. You see these Guy Fawkes masks. Those masks were based on a terrorist. You see V for Vendetta, that movie where they have like Anonymous and that guy, his name was Guy Fawkes, and they tried to stop the Bible by blowing up the Parliament when they were making the King James Bible. King James was not a homosexual. He was married and had children. Also realized too that the Bible condemns homosexuality. So that's part 7. Someone in the YouTube comments, I don't know if he wants me to say his name, so I'll just say someone mentioned this book, and you can get it on Amazon and Kindle for $1.99. I think you can probably find it free somewhere on the internet. I looked on archive.org. I couldn't find it. But if you want to get the Kindle, $1.99, or a used or new book, you can see it here. It's called The Learned Men by... Oh, okay, maybe I couldn't find it because I had the wrong name. Because it looked like they put a B in the name, but it's Gustavvs S. Paine. In my book, it looked like a B, Gustavvs. I thought that'd be kind of a strange name, but I don't mind it, Gustavvs. So Gustavvs S. Paine. So you can probably find it on archive.org then, possibly. But otherwise, you can get it on Amazon. I'll put the link in the description. They have a publishing book called The Forgotten Books, but I do have to warn and caution against this because on the first page, it has forgotten books, and they promote mythology and ancient Egypt, yoga, and honestly, it's best probably if you don't promote them. So there's the hardcover edition, and that'd probably be the better choice. I know you'd be paying more, but at least, I just don't, the book I have from what I told you, the forgotten books. And then on that page, I put warning, avoid, where it lists mythology and folklore and all that dangerous stuff. I just put warning, avoid. So, I mean, you could do that too, because one day someone might get this book, and that publishing company again it just publishes basically, I think, copyrighted free material, and it's forgotten books. Like, this is the one I have, but in the cover, like I said, it's promoting like the stuff I just mentioned. So it's probably better just to get the Kindle one or the hardcover one, even though it costs more money. Better binding too. And from what I could tell, this was a good book. And what we have here is the history of the scholars. I think this Gustavvs S. Paine was some kind of researcher, and he did the work. And I haven't read this book yet. I do have it. It looks good. That being said, I haven't read it all, so I can't, fully recommend it because I haven't read it all. But, it gets good reviews, and a YouTube person in the comments said, check out this book. And I think it's a good idea to add it to this series, because the last one we saw about King James, then with this book, The Learned Men, you can, if someone wants to study the history of the scholars that put the King James Bible together, you can check out that history of, ultimately, God put the Bible together, just so you know. So don't think it's just men. God can write a book. I don't see why people can't believe that. A lot of people know that God made the heavens, or a lot of people know God made heaven and the earth, right? And all you have to do, I want to go to John, and there's, the Bible does talk about heavens, but I want to just say heaven because because Genesis 1 was the verse I was thinking of. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. So that's a good verse to use. And a lot of people believe that and know that. Because I think, God put that in them, right? To know that God made them. And so knowing that God can, write a book, that's not too hard for the Lord. And he does, and he did. And That's the Bible. So this would be part 8 on the series about the King James, and this book would be covering again the scholars, the people that were working on translating the Bible, and you can get it on Amazon. And again, you might be able to find it free probably on the internet because I think it's non-copyrighted, so feel free to share it. I'll put the link in the description in case someone wants to buy it. Again, it's a hard book, and it comes in Kindle and the paperback. Just one more time with the paperback, you could maybe even rip out the page, that's promoting that stuff. I just did warning, avoid, avoid mythology, avoid, and they stick other things in like mathematics, and someone's, what's wrong with math? And well, I don't know, maybe they're promoting gematria, stay away from that. And it says confidence in bold. Well, self-confidence, would be you got to have confidence in the Lord, not yourself. It promotes other things like philosophy, this book company, Forgotten Books. It's too bad. But otherwise, this book, The Learned Men, from what I saw, seemed pretty good. It just, again, someone did this book in, I think, the 1800s or something about the people that wrote the King James Bible, or helped translate it, I should say, because God is the author of the book. God is the author of the Bible, and he just used men to translate it, from the different languages to English. And, for people that say, oh, you're King James only, not really, because I'm just saying if you can read English, use the King James Bible. I know there's other Bible in other languages, but just like you have to be careful in English, which, Bible, which translation you use. And that's why I say use the English King James Bible. The other translations, do your own research if you speak a different language or you can't read English. And I think most of the people that are going to watch this video speak English. So that part 8, and hopefully, Lord willing, more parts will be coming in the series. God bless and have a good day.